Good morning. It is 6:20 a.m. on Friday, December 28th, 2018. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. Day 2 back in Korea. I'm feeling a little bit more coherent. I spent a pretty good chunk of the day yesterday with a headache. I don't know how you tell the difference between a regular headache and a migraine. I've never had severe migraines, and I know that people who have severe migraines can be just completely incapacitating, and it certainly wasn't anything like that. But I also know that migraines aren't always like that. I know, for example, my dad had an issue where it really only kind of felt like a mild headache, but it was affecting his vision, and that got diagnosed as a migraine. And so in any event, when you try to look up migraine symptoms, it's like useless, because it's like migraine sufferers may suffer some combination of the following 47 symptoms. In my case, it was some light sensitivity, headache mostly on one side, some like blurred vision and mild nausea. I didn't feel too terribly, but it wasn't fun, right? I was able to still get work done, for example. In any event, I'm feeling better today, and I think part of it is just adjusting, following the travel and adjusting to the time difference, and also probably the fact that the long trip was spent primarily in the dark staring at a screen. Probably not good for, eye strain purposes. But as I said, feeling a little better now. Going to start getting settled into a new routine. This tea is really good. I got a new kind of tea. One of the things, this is honey grapefruit black tea. One of the things that's interesting here in Korea that I don't feel like I see very much in the States is teas that are not dry tea leaves, but instead kind of a like goopy syrup like stuff that you just add the hot water to. Makes sense, right? It's just sort of tea concentrate as opposed to dry. And there's a variety of different kinds of tea that way. I think I talked briefly about the citron tea that one of my Korean colleagues here gave me to try, and it's pretty good. I like it, and it's easy. It's ready right away without having to wait a few minutes for steeping. And it is at the concentration that it's going to be at, so there isn't the issue of how long should you steep it, should you leave the tea bag in the cup or whatever. And I mean, none of those things are huge problems. But as a change of pace, it's good. I think the big advantage of the dry tea bags by comparison is just like weight per volume for the package that you buy, right? Because the syrupy stuff has more water sort of in it already. But in any event, this is good. So I got the video game systems hooked up, the PS4 and the Nintendo Switch. For some reason, I can't remember for sure if I tried it last time or not, but for whatever reason, the Switch doesn't like the Wi-Fi here, and I'm not sure what the problem is, but it won't connect. So it seems like online Switch stuff is going to have to wait until I get back. But as it did before, the PS4 works fine, and so that will help me hook me up with Netflix and those sorts of things. And I finished the Adventure Time Pirates of the Enchiridion game yesterday, as I kind of mentioned, that I was almost to the end, and I was right about that. That game, I would say, if you're not a big Adventure Time fan, don't bother, because there's nothing about the game that is really super striking in its own right. In a lot of ways, it's kind of like a Zelda Wind Waker kind of thing. And it has some neat ideas in it, but I would say like 85% of what's appealing about it is that it's Adventure Time. And, you know, it has all of the side characters that you like, Bimo and Marceline and Princess Gumball and Princess Bubblegum, not Gumball, but and, you know, all of that stuff, and that's lots of fun. And just, you know, use Finn's special move, and he yells mathematical and that sort of thing. So that was fun, and I enjoyed it on that level. And it was pretty consumable too. I would gather I'd have to look up the clock, but I'd say it's probably a maximum of about 12 hours, and I did everything, and that's very consumable. I kind of like that. In any event, I'll go ahead and leave it there for today, and I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.